Hey, welcome to my channel. I'm Miss Kelly Travel Spiritually, and I help people awaken to the awareness around them. First of all, I want to say, don't y'all see Mother Nature is really acting up. Mother Earth is really acting up. She's really tired of these energies here on her Earth, and she is tearing things up. So it's time to raise your vibration, you guys. It's time to go ahead and tap in and find out who you truly are and your purpose here on this Earth. I want to start out by saying that to you. Today, I want to talk to you about the 12 stages of awakening before you reach enlightenment. You'll go through different stages of this, but each stage could be mixed around for other people. Every soul is different, but you will go through these stages. Your first stage you'll go through is confusion. You'll begin to have confusion with everything, because everything you've ever known, everyone you've ever known, all the things you've ever known, it becomes like a lie, and it causes a lot of confusion to yourself because you begin to trigger that mind, like I like to say, and it causes you to be confused with all this new information, this new knowledge, these new downloads that you're receiving. Even if you're unaware that you're receiving downloads, it just causes a lot of confusion. So you gotta stay strong through all these steps. This is it's tough. It's not easy, but it's definitely worth it. This is how you gain your power. Step number 2 is restlessness. You begin to get pretty tired because of all the confusion, along with you'll be in for hours of gaining knowledge and learning more about this stuff that is coming to you, about spirituality and about fear and about foods and about toxic people and substances and things that block you from ascension, or whatever it is that you are getting, whatever type of information that is coming to you at this time will cause you to be tired at night. I mean, throughout the day, you're going to be very tired because you're putting out a lot of energy into this, because you're so confused. You're trying to gain clarity into this, what you have going on. So it does make you very tired, and you just got to stay strong through it. The next step, I would say, is realization. You would begin to realize why you had confusion and restlessness, and a little bit of stuff will begin to make a little sense. You get a little bit in the groove of it. You understand a little more. It's starting to make a little sense to you. You got to stand strong. Just keep believing in what you believe in, and know you can make it, because you can. You're built for this. This is why you came here. You feel me? The next step, I would say, would be like tug of war. You'll begin to experience tug of war with yourself, your new self that you're becoming and learning more about, versus your old self. You begin to pull yourself here, pull yourself back there, pull yourself here, and pull yourself back there. You're going to be pulling yourself. I want to go back to where I was. No, I want to stay here. I'm really feeling this. This makes so much sense. In my heart, I feel like I should stay here. No, go back over here. This is more comfortable. I don't like all this new stuff, all these changes. I don't like this. You're going to play a game back and forth with yourself, and it's hard, but just believe in yourself and keep feeling with your heart and have that open mind and know that you're doing the right thing. Because what I always like to say, what is easy is not always good for you. It hardly is good for you if it's easy. It is very good to have challenges. It's very good to learn to grow. Do not get comfortable. You didn't come here to get comfortable. You came here to learn and grow. You came here for a purpose. So this is a part where you have to stick with it. Don't give up. Stand tall. You feel me? I know it's hard. And then the next step, I would say, would be fear. Of course, you have to have fear, right? Especially that you're changing up the game. You're changing up the mind system. You're triggering that thing. You're triggering that mind up. So it's going to cause fear, of course. You're scared. You're doing something new. When doesn't fear come up when you're trying to do something new, along with self-doubt? Your doubts are going to come up. This is the ego, the self-doubt. The ego always wants to be right, and the ego loves to play it safe. So you got to understand that fear is going to come try to stop you because you're doing something different and against your will and against who you are and who you've always been and what you've done. So you really have to understand that fear is going to come up, but do not let it stop you. Stand tall and stand strong. You got this. You know what I'm saying? Then the next step, I would say, would be darkness. The dark night of the soul, as we love to call it. That's when you got to pull all those skeletons out of that closet. All those skeletons that you put in that closet and you thought you was never going to have to face again. I'm going to put that there and I ain't worried about it. I'm just going to move on. Well, guess what? It's unburied. It's coming out that closet because you have to face those things. This is what makes you powerful. This is what makes you strong. This is what grows you along with your spirituality. Although you may not understand it all, it may not feel good, and it's hard, and it's emotional, and causes anxiety. It causes all type of things because you're doing something different, and you're not understanding why are you basically doing this to cause yourself to go through all this that you buried and put aside, But this darkness is something that you have to go through to build your power. This is part of gaining your power. This is part of becoming who you are. And you just have to trust in the universe, to have faith in the universe that in time things will unfold for you the way that it should. Although you may not know what's the next step or what's going to happen, you have to trust the process and trust in the universe and have your faith that everything's going to work out for you. Just stand strong through this time. Do not give up. You came very far. You're at step number 6. Stand there. You got this. Trust me. You got this. You were built for this, or else you wouldn't even be going through this. Do not give up. Stand strong. You got this. The next step, I would say, then change. Don't we all love change, right? Change will begin to manifest into your life. You'll begin to have changes in all areas and walks of your life. A lot of things will change, even you, for the better. You didn't go through all that little stuff you just went through for nothing. Change will begin to enter your life, and you'll feel a little bit more lighter and understanding, okay, I got this. Because after the darkness, it does something very powerful to you as a soul. It grows you and makes you very, very powerful so far. And it's pretty cool to actually receive this change that comes in, because during the darkness, I meant to say during the dark night of the soul, like things get to ripped and tearing out of your life, people, places, things you like substances, certain foods. You begin to notice a lot of the clarity. You begin to notice the truth in so many things. And just like your world just gets shredded and ripped apart, you're like everything just crashes down. It's like the tower just falls. And it's hard, but it's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it. And so the change comes in and kind of gets you feeling better and understanding more of why this crashed down and why you let that go, why you let this person go. If you've been in a relationship for 11 years, but all of a sudden it crashed, they weren't for you. And this is what's supposed to happen, but you didn't know it until you didn't know or understand it until you began making all these steps and changes in your life for spirituality to find who you are. So it's a very hard step, but yeah, change comes on in and things begin to change for you and for the better. And then the next step will be connect. You begin to feel connected to the universe, to source. And when this happens, it feels so freaking good. It literally feels so good to be connected to someone who loves you so much. Some people connect to spirit guides and angels and their higher self. They begin to notice their higher self, but you'll feel the connectedness, especially through meditation. You'll begin to feel the connectedness and the oneness. And this brings a lot of peace and love and harmony into your life. And it makes you look back so far, all those steps, you made it, you got here, you feel me? And this is awesome, because this is a place that actually lightens your load in your life and like who you are. And it just grows you so much as a soul, and makes you feel proud of making those steps that were very difficult and very hard and challenging to get where you are right now, to feel this connectedness. And you're like, I knew it was something. And I knew there was something good out of all of this. It's not easy. And this is a very lovely stage. You're just walking around, smelling flowers and hugging the trees, and it's just so amazing because you begin to love nature and you begin to love life, and you see where you took life for granted, and you see how people used and abused you and took you for granted, and you begin to knock those people out of your life, and you begin to get strong, and you begin to believe in you and love you, and you feel that connectedness, and it just keeps you going. It keeps you wired up. It's just like a own high. You have your own high. You don't even need nothing to make you feel this damn good. You feel me? It's amazing, and it's something that you'll only experience when you go through an awakening, and it's amazing, and it's like it's part of our journey. It's just part of awakening. This is what we have to do to get where we're going, because this is what makes us strong. We have to face these things to gain power, or else we just can't gain power. This is what it takes, and when you get to this step, you'll be happy you've done all these steps so far. And then the next step, I would say, is gratitude. You'll start having gratitude. Like each and every day, I give my gratitude, my love and light to the universe for allowing me to wake up and be here in physical form, to be a part of this human experience, this game of life, as I call it. That's pretty amazing, and you have gratitude for yourself and for others, and you'll have forgiveness for yourself and for others. And if you don't, If you haven't just got there with forgiveness, you need to work on it, because forgiveness is for yourself. You know what I mean? I'll talk about that on another video, because you forgive people for yourself, for your healing, your own healing and growth that you need in your life. And you got to understand there's certain things that people hurt you with. It was not your fault. It was basically them and how they feel about themselves. And they just basically pour that energy onto you. So you just have to forgive, but you'll begin having gratitude for everything and every little thing you have, everyone you have in your life. You'll have gratitude for whoever is still there. Gratitude is very, very, very big part of being spiritual. You just have to be grateful for everything in your life. No matter if you're not where you want to be, if you're far from where you want to be, if you're close to where you want to be, if you're living where you don't want to live, trust me, I know that feeling. If you're in an environment you no longer want to be in, just stay strong. Everything will work out for you in the end, in time, because the universe knows what time is best for you. Everything happens in divine time, and always remember that. So you begin having gratitude for each and every one, everything in your life, and it's pretty amazing. You'll thank yourself. Pats on the back. You made it here. Yes, it's time to go ahead and move further. Don't turn back. No turning back, because you put in too much work to actually turn back now. You got this. You're strong. You're built for this. I know you got this. Okay, and then after gratitude, I would say you'll start. Don't laugh, because I cannot say this word. But you'll start receiving synchronicities. What I would like to say, triple numbers, or like 11, 11, 12, 12. I see 333 a lot. 444, 10, 10. I even see 9, 11. Whatever numbers you'll start to see, wherever you resonate with from the universe, you'll start to see these numbers. It's the universe basically speaking to you in different ways, and whatever resonates to you, just open up your heart and kind of feel. What are you feeling when you seen 11, 11? What did you feel when you seen 10, 10? What did you feel when you seen 1, 1, 1? How did you feel at that moment in time? And they all have different meanings. So I would like to say, as a beginner, I would say to go ahead and Google these numbers on Google. And so basically type in the meaning of 333. What's the spiritual meaning of 333? And read a couple of topics that they have there and examples, and kind of see what resonates to you and how you felt when you saw that number. And make sure you write these things down, because you may not understand it right away, or maybe you don't remember where you felt or whatever. Just write it down and it'll come back to you in time, But yeah, just practice with that, because this is very, very amazing to know the universe is always with you and speaking to you. And as you grow and give, to other levels and stages of your spirituality, because there is levels to this shit, you'll start to see more about these triple numbers, where they resonate in your life, and the ones you see the most, and what they mean to you. And it's amazing to know that the universe is there with you. Sometimes you can be feeling down, or just having a little moment, to yourself that's not really feeling that good, and you'll see 444, and it's just your angels and the universe is with you. You're not alone, you're loved. And it's amazing to really connect with these numbers and understand and see what resonates for you. And the next step is basically you'll learn who self is. Yay! Self-awareness. I know myself. I worked so hard to get here, because that's not easy, because how many people that don't know themselves? We're so programmed from the universe and been in the matrix. We're so programmed from the matrix, and for so long, and people and things have basically created our personality for us, because we actually try to fit in with everyone, until we become spiritually awakened, and you understand you didn't come here to fit in. But so you've been programmed through so many ways that you finally get to find self. Yay. And you deserve to know that after this work you've put in for yourself. So you'll get to learn more about who self is and what self came here to do, and what you came here to accomplish. And I want to say that mostly every soul basically came here to touch another life, or to help a person, help someone heal, grow, whatever it is. So you can basically do this by doing anything. You can be a personal trainer, a nutritionist, a teacher, a coach, all types of coaches, a leader. Me, I'm a spiritual life coach. A basketball coach. You can be whatever it is to touch these lives in however way you touch them, because we're all here to do different things. But touching lives is basically the main thing every soul came here to do. So you'll begin to know more about yourself and kind of get yourself aligned with your purpose, which you'll have to learn more about how to find your purpose, and I'll make a video of that one day as well for you, because I know how tough this stuff is. And, I'm coming from my heart with this and from experience. These are things I actually experienced myself, so I think it'll really help you if you're going through these things. So you get to learn self. You go. I'm so very proud of you. You made it this far. If you haven't made it this far, keep going. You got this. It is tough, but don't turn back. You got this. You've come too far to turn back. There will become a time when you can't turn back because you know too much. You're awakening and you're opening up the pineal gland, and then you're growing, to who you came here to be. And I'm very proud to see as many people to do this, because this is what you came for. We came here to stick together. We're stronger together than apart. You feel me? And this is amazing. So now you find yourself and you see why you went through all these steps that basically almost drove you crazy and kicked in your anxiety or whatever it did to you, but you made it this far, And I would say the last step would be you begin to have a higher consciousness, which now you begin to understand a little bit more about spirituality and about yourself and about your life and about being a soul and a body. You'll know more about your body, mind, and spirit, and you'll know so much more at a higher level, at a higher consciousness, which is very great because you're raising your vibration now. And you'll learn so many things along the way that is helping you raise the vibration on what is not good for you, and it's lowering your vibration. And remember, you're working hard, so you don't want to keep what's not working for you there. You always got to let things go. I mean, one thing I want to tell you through these processes as spirituals, as being a spiritual being, you're always going to have to adapt to change, because you're not here to be comfortable, and change is always going to come. And through your process of growing, you may not always know how it's going to unfold, because when you work with the universe, you might go to point A, to point D, to C, to Z, versus the way they tell you in the Matrix world, you got to go to school, you got to go to college, you got to do this, you got to get married, you got to have kids, women need to do this, men need to do that. And that's a lie. It does not work like that. So you have to get used to the fact that your life is all over the place because you're trying to figure out who you are, and every step you step into, everything that you experience is a part for your growth. It's a part that's helping you become who you need to become, and you only need to go there to actually experience it, to put in knowledge to gain knowledge from it, and to move on if it's not in your heart. And always remember that at a higher consciousness, like, you always just want to stay strong and build yourself to the best that you can build yourself to become, and don't be afraid of what it is, and don't let nobody stop you, and don't be afraid to create something that's never been here just because it's never been done, because you're a spirit and you're very powerful enough to do these things. So don't let anyone stop you or get in your way. You've come too far, and you know yourself now more than anyone knows, because no one can stop you now, because you made it to this part. And now you will reach enlightenment where you have unconditional love for yourself as well as for others. And it's pretty amazing, and I can't even tell you how lovely it is until you get here for yourself. You got to feel it for yourself. So have an open heart and open mind, and you got this. Stay strong through this, and go ahead and do what you came to do here on this earth, in this world. Because as you see, there's so much going on, and Mother Gaia is not happy right now, and she's not going to stop. You know what I'm saying? This earth is ending and a new earth is coming. So we will be ascending as souls. So it's very important that you stay on your path and raise your vibration. And I wish the best for you. And so if you have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe now, so you don't miss any videos that I have coming out for you, coming out of my heart. So much love to you all. Miss Kelly Travels Spiritually is checking out. Y'all stay woke.